Hey guys, how are you? David Franco here from DeFrancoGaming.com, which yes is not dead. I just simply haven't updated the website in a while in regards to my next gen collection with Xbox One, PS4, and I actually think I have a couple Wii U games on there. But still, the point is, the website is long overdue for an update, so hopefully by the time you see this video or a few days after, the website will be updated to reflect my current collection. Which brings me to the point of today's upload. It has been a long time, at least in my eyes, since I made a video solely focused on just gaming and nothing else. So for today's video, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through my Xbox One collection, give you some brief thoughts about each game, about how I enjoyed it, how I didn't enjoy it, and then future videos, I'll do my PS4 collection and my Wii U collection. Because as you hopefully know, I don't like to play favorites, so I like to experience anything and everything, and I honestly feel like the console wars are just freaking stupid. Play what you enjoy, and shut up. Yeah, that sounds kind of rude, but that's just going out to the people who take this sort of thing a little too seriously. I'm just gonna throw that out there right now. So anyway, finally getting to the point, let's start out with Forza Motorsport 5. So going into Forza 5, I gotta say, I'm not a serious racing fan at all. I just enjoy cars. I don't really understand all the upgrading parts and the motors and brakes and all that stuff. I just enjoy fast cars. I enjoy fast performance, and I enjoy sleek-looking cars, at least from a design perspective, because that's what I'm into. I love design. And Forza 5 definitely did not disappoint, especially with all the customization you can do from not only parts to the car enthusiasts out there, but for people like myself, you can design the crap out of it, including paint jobs, decals, and all that good stuff. Now, from a gameplay perspective, the game also did not disappoint. I mean, this game was so much fun. Now, I didn't beat it. I'm not sure if you can even officially beat a racing game except for doing 100%. But in terms of beating, I mean, there's no storyline. You kind of just beat classes, and you earn cars, you earn upgrades, and you just enjoy the crap out of it. And that's exactly what I did. Now, I don't enjoy a game like Forza 5 as much as arcade racers like Burnout Paradise. I freaking love Burnout Paradise. But still, this game was a lot of fun, and it's definitely a great benchmark as to what the Xbox One can do as of launch day. So putting Forza 5 aside, let's go to the next game, which is also a launch day title, Dead Rising 3. Now, going into Dead Rising 3, this is also my first in the series, just like Forza 5 was in the Forza series. Now, I did play the first Dead Rising demo on the Xbox 360 years ago, and it was fun. I mean, I don't really have a strong memory of it. The only thing I remember is I was in a mall, I think, or some kind of shopping center, and I was just kicking zombie ass left and right, and that's pretty much what it came down to. And you know what? The same exact thing can be said for Dead Rising 3. It was a good game, but was it amazing? Definitely not. It was repetitive, controls were clunky, the characters were kind of cheesy here and there. I mean, they were enjoyable, but they weren't exactly memorable. I couldn't even tell you any of the characters' names from this game. But then again, that could be said for many games and movies. My memory just kind of goes to hell sometimes. But still, the game was enjoyable enough. Would I recommend running out right now and paying $60 for it? No. Would I recommend paying $30 for it? Sure, why not? So yeah, I mean, it was enjoyable enough, and hey, it was my first game in the Dead Rising series, like I said, so I don't really have any regrets. Now, speaking of regrets, let's talk about Call of Duty Ghosts for a minute, shall we? This game's okay. Storyline, whatever, you can beat it in 5-7 hours, depending upon how much time and dedication you put into it. But in terms of multiplayer, which is obviously the main reason any gamers out there buy the Call of Duty games, I don't know. I honestly think the multiplayer was a huge, huge step backwards. Now, Search and Destroy has turned into Search and Rescue, which I think is a good step forward, but that can't be said for the majority of the game. But I gotta say, it was still fun. I liked how you could revive your teammates and vice versa. That was definitely the right move. But in terms of everything else, I just think the maps aren't that great. There's no capture the flag. What? How do you take out one of the most classic and memorable competitive game types in one of the most dominant video game series of all time? I always say that weird. Seriously though, the fact that they took out CTF, huge shot to my heart, because I love CTF, I love competitive game modes. The whole team deathmatch thing is fun, but I don't consider that competitive. I need an objective to go after. And that's exactly what CTF is all about, grabbing the enemy's flag and running it back to your base without being killed. That to me is fun. Now thankfully there is a new game in my life that does have CTF, and I'll save that for last. But for what it is, Call of Duty Ghost, I won't call it terrible, but it's certainly not better than Black Ops 2. Far from it actually, but hey, that's just my opinion. Now the next game is pretty unique, and that's Ryse, Son of Rome, another launch day title for the Xbox One. Now I did enjoy this game very much. I enjoyed it more than I thought. It is extremely short. You could definitely beat it in a day if you really sat down and just played it all day. The combat system was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Some people are saying it's only about quick time events. No, I do not think Ryse, Son of Rome is strictly quick time events. I mean, sure, quick time events do play a large role in the game's combat system, but in my opinion, it goes beyond that. But anyway, with combat system aside, the soundtrack was incredible. Presentation was incredible. Just the graphics were incredible. I mean, seriously, if you want one game as of this recording to show off what the Xbox One is truly capable of, at least in terms of exclusive titles, definitely check out Ryse, Son of Rome. You will not be disappointed graphically. The game is just beautiful. It's a work of art. And guys, that's saying a lot coming from me. I'm not usually a big fan of the whole ancient Rome thing. I like modern day games, or at least modern day environments and settings and futuristic things. But they did capture the whole ancient Rome feeling very well, and I don't really regret playing through this. I mean, actually, I did get it for free, which I'm extremely grateful, but still, I would easily pay 30 bucks for this. Now, $60, I don't know, because it's really, really short for $60, and it does have multiplayer, but I didn't really explore the multiplayer all that much. It just doesn't interest me. But with that said, if you are looking for a graphically impressive game with a pretty unique take on gameplay mechanics and combat system, then definitely check it out. You will likely not be disappointed. Maybe. Alright, moving on to the next game, Battlefield 4, which I also own for the PlayStation 4, so I barely played this on the Xbox One. But from what I've played so far, the game is graphically very impressive. It's pretty much identical to the PlayStation 4 version. I just believe it's not as high res. This might be 720p or 960p, I'm not completely sure. I know the PS4 version is 1080p for the most part, but honestly, resolution does not affect a game's gameplay, right? I mean, despite what others say, resolution does not affect a game's gameplay. Let me say that one more time. It does not affect a game's gameplay. Just putting that out there, because people worry about that a little too much. Now, obviously, I'm a pixel freak. I'll take the highest resolution possible. I'm not saying that playing games on higher resolution is a bad thing. Obviously, it's not. That could be one of the stupidest things anyone could ever claim. I'm just saying, despite the lower resolution than the PS4 version, this game is still a lot of fun. It's extremely good. Storyline is whatever. I mean, the single-player campaign, again, just like Call of Duty, you don't buy this for the single-player campaign. You buy it for the multiplayer. Now, with that said, I barely played multiplayer on both the Xbox One and PS4 versions, because at the time I was playing Call of Duty Ghosts, and I believe Forza 5 going back and forth, or either that or Dead Rising 3, or even Knack on the PS4 at the time. So I was kind of jumping back and forth between both games, or actually several games. But still, if you are a Battlefield fan and you have an Xbox One and you're looking for a new first-person shooter to play, then pick this up. I mean, you pretty much know what you're getting yourself into, so you're likely to not be disappointed. However, speaking of disappointed, this game is not that fun. Need for Speed Rivals. Now, I feel bad because I'm not sure why I asked for this for Christmas. Well, probably because I haven't played a Need for Speed game in a while, and I honestly miss Need for Speed Hot Pursuit on the 360, but that's not saying much because I never actually got around to buying it, but I loved the crap out of the demo. I actually put a lot of hours into that demo. I mean, I think it was called Hot Pursuit. Hopefully I'm right in saying that. But the point is, Need for Speed Rivals, I'm sure, is a great game. I mean, it's beautiful from what I've played. It's graphically very impressive, especially with the water effects. I love rain on a road, and especially reflecting off the car's paint. It just looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. That's such a great word. But hopefully at some point in the near future, I will give this game the attention it deserves. And now, finally, last but not least, let's talk about a little game called Titanfall. You may have heard of it. Now, this goes without saying, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Titanfall is definitely, without a doubt in my mind, a breath of fresh air, at least in terms of multiplayer. Now, I just jumped into this game yesterday. You're seeing this on Tuesday, but I'm talking in regards to Thursday because I had a busy week, so I couldn't play it on launch day. But anyway, this game is a lot of fun. I've started out with the multiplayer campaign, which is whatever. I'm just kind of getting through it to build up my level, to get the achievements and all that good stuff. And then I'll jump into the true multiplayer experience because I want to see what Capture the Flag is like. Because as I made very clear in my Need for Speed Ghosts part of this video, I'm a huge CTF fan, and I'm really hoping it transfers well in a game like Titanfall, because as you know, it's not just ground-based combat, at least in terms of your pilot. You will be in Titans, which is a huge deal, so I'm seeing how that plays out in the whole CTF environment. Now, unfortunately, as of today, I'm not enjoying Titanfall as much as I should be, and that's, by no means the actual game's fault. It's my receiver's fault because, as you know, my Anki receiver has recently crapped out on me. So, in other words, I'm forced to use my pitiful Samsung TV speakers. Not that the TV's pitiful, but the speakers are pitiful. And I know I sound like a tech snob, but I'm sure my fellow tech enthusiast, geeks, whatever you call yourselves out there, can agree with what I'm saying. Playing a game like Titanfall, using your TV speakers, it's just not right. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to your living room, your bedroom, wherever you're playing games. It just sounds terrible. Now, by the time you watch this video, I should have ordered a new Harman Kardon receiver. So yes, I will once again have that rich audio 5.1 experience in my living room within just a few days, and I cannot wait. But until then, Titanfall just feels weak, not in terms of a gameplay, but presentation, because, as you know, sound plays a huge role. I mean, audio plays a huge role in general. And now that's all I'll say about it, because with my technical limitations aside, this game is downright amazing. I loved the beta, and it's just going to be even better once I get to the point where I couldn't get past in the beta, if that makes sense. I don't know if I said that right. Basically past, I think, what was that, level 13? I forget what the cap was. But basically, I'm looking forward to taking advantage of the new weapons, exploring the new maps, exploring the new Titans, the burn cards, and all that good stuff. So, there you go. My Winter 2014 collection for the Xbox One. Quick recap: Forza 5, Dead Rising 3, Call of Duty Ghosts, Ryse, Son of Rome, Battlefield 4, Need for Speed Rivals, and finally, like I said, last but not least, Titanfall. So there you go, my Xbox One collection. What are your thoughts? Comment below. Are there any games that I'm missing out on? Or are there any games that shouldn't be in my collection? Such as maybe a Call of Duty Ghost, because I know people get quite passionate when it comes to their Call of Duty games, or even Ryse. A lot of people out there didn't like Ryse. I liked it. It felt like something new and fresh and, again, graphically impressive. So I enjoyed it overall. And finally, what are your thoughts on Thief? Is Thief a game I would like? I love stealth-based games, especially ones like Splinter Cell, and I've heard Thief is really good. So let me know in the comments below. I am interested. So guys, that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your ongoing support. Each and every one of you was awesome, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace. Xbox, turn off. Oh, that doesn't work on this camera, does it? It doesn't.